Hello, welcome to the Bag Hag Digest. Hey guys, I have a new sort of swivel mount here that hopefully will make my life a bit easier, but I haven't gotten used to using it yet, but stay there. Okay, it's too low. All right, that's okay. Okay, so today I'm gonna go in and actually do some dyeing on this Trotteur bag that I got a little while ago. I've reviewed it already. I'll put a link to it up here or down there somewhere. And we're gonna go in and dye it. But the day is fading fast, so I might have to change the lighting. But right now I have some Fibings black, I don't know if you can see that right. There you go, some Fibings dye, black. I have a backup one just in case I run out, but this is gonna be the main dye. So we're gonna go in with a few coats of that. And after that, we're gonna go in with some black Resin from the same company. That's what I have available. But you can also use Angelus or another type company. Speaking of Angelus, this is the brand I have of brushes. I have some new brushes, they're all nice and white. So we're gonna dirty these guys up today. Probably before I go in with the dyeing though, I will start with the brass. This is the equivalent of Brasso here in Japan, and I'll just go in with some cotton swabs and rags and get my brass looking a little cleaner than what it is now. Fortunately on this bag there's only a small amount of metal to deal with, so it shouldn't take too long. I've got some alcohol-free baby wipes, which I will go over with the bag. Actually, I've already done it. I won't need to do that today. And I've also already done some treatment of the leather. Cadillac boot and shoe lotion polish that works for leathers to both clean and make things looking nice. So that's done already. It hasn't made a huge impact. I didn't get a great deal of guck off it, but yeah, it's prepped. The leather is ready to work with. And that's all the tools I think I need. Plus I have some plastic gloves and I have a couple of rags, some cotton balls, and also some Q-tips in case I need to go anywhere in detail. So let's get at it. I did forget one more thing, you guys, and of course that is the, what's it called, painter's tape. This is used to prevent you getting paint on places or dye on places you don't want to have paint lie on. So I'm gonna go around the bag and cover the edges with this stuff first. Some people cover their whole bag, but I'm not gonna do that. Actually, guys, you know, I've changed my mind. This is not sticking very well, and I don't think it's worth my effort. I'm not going to use any painter's tape at all. This will mean I have a higher incidence of likelihood of making some mistakes, but it makes life more fun, right? All right, let's just get right into this, you know? That's the fun part here. I think I'm going to start right in here. It's more fun. I should really use Q-tips, but I can't be bothered to go get them. I'm just going to pour it on my cloth, like so. On second thought, maybe I should go get the Q-tips. I'm getting this stuff all over already. All right, hold that thought. I'll get the Q-tips. Okay, still recording? Yes. Okay, so generally speaking, I like to let this sit for, I don't know, about a minute. And perhaps it's been about a minute already, so let's just go in and start scrubbing. Something very satisfying about this process. Over time, it just gets really, really nice and clean. Whoa, look at that, guys. Ooh. If you're the type of person that enjoys things like popping zits, come on, I know who you are out there. queasy as it is, there's something satisfying about it. If you're that type of person, then I'm sure you'll get a kick out of doing this stuff. It's oddly therapeutic and very satisfying to get something old looking good again. Okay, so you'll notice I'm not too worried about getting this stuff on the canvas or the fabric. It comes off pretty easy. I don't think it does a lot of damage unless you leave it there forever. I wouldn't want it on the leather though. I'll be careful when it comes to getting the stuff on the chemicals on the leather. I think that does more damage. Oh, there's a zipper portion in here I might want to consider doing too. I'll have a think about that one. It's too finicky, you know. Maybe I'll turn the bag inside out. Again, getting quite dirty. So I'm just making these Q-tips pointy because I ran out of my pointy ones. Just put them in my mouth first to wet them a bit, and then point them up so that they can get into the nooks and crannies in here. I don't want this white chemical stuff hardening up and collecting. I think a bit of that is somewhat inevitable in the zipper section. And, you know, I didn't, again, pay tons of money for this bag, so I'm not too fussed about it. I prefer a little bit of chemical residue buildup to some really grotty looking hardware. So that is the trade-off. That's tit for tat I'm happy to accept. I'm not going to fuss over it too much. It's only me at the end of the day that's going to notice these small things, I think. Okay. So I think I'm done for now with the first cleaning section of the main zipper. I think it looks quite a bit nicer than it did before. A little sparkly. What the heck, I did decide to go into the inner lining and put some of the white stuff onto the pocket, but it was already really quite not dirty, quite clean, so it'll just take a few seconds and I'll be done. Okay, so the inside pocket looks spanking brand new. It's gorgeous. I don't think I'm gonna dye this part of the vachetta. It's only me that sees it and it's in great condition, so I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah. Alright guys, I don't think I'm gonna open up these brushes just yet because I have this old brush that's kind of dying, and I think I'll use this one up first. So I've poured out some dye into a little tube here, and we'll just get right to it. Just start with the broad base, very simple. I'm not an artist, I'm just doing this any old way I see fit. Probably the best way is to start from the edges, but I don't know, I just want to get right into the base for some reason. That was very satisfying. Coat number 1, complete. Well, not really, but the base part anyway. Okay, I think after about a minute or so, this bottom base, the first coat will be dry. I'll be able to handle it a little better. And then I'm just going to go in to the edges. So I want to make sure I paint or dye the all of the bits and pieces in here, like all the threads essentially. So for that, I'll need a thinner brush. Okay guys, so that is the first base completely done. It's okay, I think I've made a few misses here and there. I'll go into the cotton swab and clean up what I can. And there's probably some brown patches showing here and there as well. So I'll fix that up and then we'll continue recording for you in a little bit. Okay guys, so I decided to go ahead and dye the bottom parts, the fixtures on each side. Went in with a fine brush for each of these. And I forgot I had to do the metal on this, but I guess it's good if I wait till after because it's going to get all full of paint anyway. And getting into the nooks and crannies with the dyes, of course the most difficult part. I'm already missing a bit there. But yeah, it's already looking better, but I am noticing that this is indeed a lot more damaged than I had initially thought. So this bag it's not going to last forever. It'll either die or I'll have to fix it up at some point because eventually this leather is going to wear too thin to resist the weight of what's being carried in it. But so far so good. That is the first round, and now we're going to go in and do some of these lovely straps. So I'll keep the camera rolling for just this one here, I guess. And the straps are easier. I don't have to worry about touching. I'll just go in with some broad strokes. So as you can see, you guys, I am not a professional. So I like showing my really unmastered style out to you because it proves that really anyone can do this and get good results. I think a kid could do this probably with a little bit of caution and do a fantastic job. Just have to be conscious of where the dye is flying. Like right now I'm getting spatters all over the cardboard and I don't want to put this back down on that. So as long as I'm staying aware of what's going on, I should be all right. It's fun. All right, I'll finish this off and get back to you in a bit. Okay, so we are finished with the painting of pretty much every aspect of this bag. Perhaps something in the nook and cranny here I haven't gotten to, but to be honest, for the first coat, okay, well maybe one here. For the first coat, I think that's sufficient. This bag is currently saturated in dye, so it's going to be staying here for the evening, I reckon. And now we'll go in on this beautiful new piece of vachetta leather that I got just after I bought the bag, knowing that it was going to be too short for me. So let's dye that sucker too while we're at it. This leather isn't finished as well. On the back it's rough, so it'll take a little bit of saturation of color to get in there. Less than in the front, or more than in the front rather, but we'll get it done. Okay, my friends, the bag is now going to be set aside for drying. I don't think I'm going to have to go in for another coat, actually. Just one coat on this newer section of the strap is just fine. And over here, I'm pretty satisfied with the way that the dye was drunk up by this dry leather. I might not have to go in with a second coat there too. I think I'll just go in carefully and make any touch-ups, and then we can go right into the Resolene. Okay, talk to you later. Hello, beautiful bag lovers. It's another day. I'm back with the dyeing process. of this gorgeous Trotteur bag. I went through everything. I did the Vaseline. The hardware didn't polish up as nicely as I thought, but I'm stopping the process now. I'm having to stop because of something nasty that happened. Yes, my friends, this is what happens when you put chemicals of any sort on an organic material. You risk damaging it. And I guess the edges of this bag were dry to begin with, and I pushed the limit. This one here has frayed up considerably as well. Let's zoom you in on that. There you go. You can see that it's looking a little weak too. So I'm done. I'm done with this bag. I'm gonna bring it to the local leather worker and see if they can fix it up. I might end up getting a completely new strap, seeing as I had to add this other piece, which I've already dyed and is looking fantastic. But if there is something they can do to bring it back to complete newness, then I'm gonna do it. This strap was not my favorite to begin with. Maybe, I don't know, I'll just bring it in today and see what can be done. So that's it for temporarily for this project. Didn't go exactly according to plan, but I do like the way the leather has turned out. It's a beautiful shiny black, thanks to the Vaseline on the top. I did everything I was supposed to do. Love the way that's turned out. And the sides too here, yeah. So, that's the risk you take when you take on projects, right? So we'll keep you updated on that when I know more. In the meantime, my dye for my next projects come in. I'm not showing you the colors, it's in here. And that is gonna be for this bag here, which I've reviewed recently. So stay tuned. I will keep you informed as things move on. That's it for today. Bag Hag, signing out. Mwah.